We shall end the transfer window today. Thank you for your feedback over the past few episodes. It has been taken on board. I've actually, outside of the transfer window, made a couple of changes to positions at your request. For some reason, Ngoy was listed as just the left mid again, even though before he was left mid and striker. So I've added striker back to his positions and actually made it the main one, as obviously that's where we're playing him. So Ngoy now is a striker and a left mid, as opposed to just the left mid. I added Cam back to Campos's because for some reason it had removed the Cam from his when he was right mid and Cam. We've changed... where is he? He'll have moved now. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Evans. We've changed Evans from right back to right mid and right back, and by default right mid, as his stats suit that more so than right back. And outside of that, I haven't made any other changes at this particular moment in time. We are, of course, in the process of trying to do something in the transfer window. We had some players on the shortlist. I've added a handful more. Andre Dezel is a player that I'm going to look to next season, potentially, from Ipswich, because he's always played well against us and might be our George Maris replacement. Freddie Woodman has come in as a potential goalkeeper if we aren't able to get Ryan Schofield, so you guys agree we should try and get in. So I'm going to look to buy Ryan Schofield. You guys were asking for Ferreira on a pre-contract. Or, sorry, you were asking for Ferreira... And it is available, rephrase, his contract is expiring within 6 months. His contract expires at the end of the season, but he's under the age of 23, so I'm not allowed to sign him on a pre-contract. Thankfully, though, we had the suggestion of David, I don't know whether it's, I presume it's David Okereke from Bruges. 4-star, 4-star, quick, decent stats, by having a look at FIFA, potential of 80, and, as if by magic, available on a pre-contract. Fantastic. So, as we look to potentially lose Adebayo, or at least, a lot of people tended to agree that Adebayo isn't good enough, but a number of you didn't want me to see me sell him. So we might do what a number mentioned and keep him, but loan him out, because he was instrumental on our rise up to where we are currently, but he just doesn't cut it anymore. Although in the RTG last year, when we reached that point with Savvy, we did in the end sell Savvy on, but for the time being, we will keep Adebayo at the club and look to loan him out. As we will rotate away one Nigerian striker from our squad in Adebayo, let's look to sign another Nigerian striker to replace him. David Okereke, potential to come in on a pre-contract from Bruges. Southampton had their transfer bid turned down earlier on in this window or this season, in the summer perhaps. I'll try and get him on as lower contract as I can. He wants Crucial. Hopefully he'll sign Important, which he won't. Okay, Crucial it is for Okereke. A 2-year contract length, I really would rather that more, so I'll ask for 4. They'll say no, and then they should accept 3 on previous experience of contract negotiations. Thank you. Now, wage-wise, I don't know what he's on. So I might need to scout him a little bit further. Current wage is just blank. So he's going to be pretty decent, but I don't know if in Belgium he'll have been on the most wage-wise. So I'll offer 25k, and they'll accept that straight away. I'm not too bothered if I've overpaid slightly for that. I'm quite happy offering him £25,000 a week. It's not a massive wage. It's quite high for the Championship, but if he's going to stay with us for 3 years, we should hopefully get ourselves up to the Premier League in that time. And then, fingers crossed, he will accept... well, no, that's him done now, isn't it? There is no waiting for him to accept or not. That's him done and confirmed as joining us next season. Sweet. He will join the team as soon as the summer transfer window opens. Wonderful. Right then, let's go and play... But actually, no, let's not play Barnsley. Let's get Schofield in. I'm going to try and buy Schofield from Huddersfield Town. He's valued at 7.5. If I can use one of my current goalkeepers as make weight for this, I will. I've got or have had Burton on the transfer list forever, and no one is bothered in trying to get him at all. They don't want a goalkeeper at all, unfortunately. Centre-back wise, I don't really need to let any of these guys go. I can't bring myself to let Greg Taylor go. Maybe Harry Darling. They're not interested in Harry Darling. We should try someone else. Other position. Wingers. If I got a winger, I'd be willing to let go. Tom Knowles. No, they're not really interested in him, are they? And other position. Midfielders. Well, Maris could be the one that's on his way out. Ugh. Elliot Griffiths. No. We are going to look to move Maris on. I'll try Maris here. They're not interested in Maris either. Okay. Well, just money then. Valued at 7.5. I'll offer... I mean, he is starting for them every week. That's agreeable. But we obviously are a side that are in this in the same division and playing higher up in the table. Only just, but we are higher up in the table. So we're taking a goalkeeper from a league rival and looking to have them signed as a first team player. Right, he's got his player face in as well, which is great. 4-year contract length. We shall disregard the release clause. And wage-wise, he's on 2.6. Oh. I mean, hopefully he'll accept something that's not that impressive. We're almost trebling his, well, more than trebling his wages there. £8,000 a week is an absolute steal there. I'm very happy with that. Very happy with that indeed. So Norris will come out of this team and Schofield will become my #1 goalkeeper. Now, moving aside from that, we need to put Norris into this team now, and Dimi Mitov will drop from that lineup. Where are you, Norris? There you are. To be fair, Norris and Mitov are the same rating. So, Norris's time as #1 is coming to an end. But we shall go and play Barnsley now. We have Barnsley, Derby, who are right near us in the league, and Blackburn today, who are also down near the bottom. They're 18th. Derby are 17th. Huddersfield, who we've just signed Schofield from, are 21st and only out of the relegation zone on goal difference. But today's first opponents are 8th placed Barnsley, who were the side that ran, well, not necessarily ran away, but were certainly very strong league winners last season. So we know it's going to be a tough test. We'll see if we can get some more out of Appiah. Abadir up top has had a little bit of flack in the comments section recently, but I'm going to continue on with him at top for now. Although Nibs might get the nod in a couple of episodes or a couple of games' time. I might give Nibs the nod later on in this episode, although Derby midweek and then Blackburn. Actually, there might be more of a gap between Derby and Blackburn, so we might be able to not have to rotate as heavily. But regardless, we're going to have to rotate between this one and the next one because the Derby game follows midweek. For now, Gamers United versus Barnsley. I'm not going to just sit here and wait for those graphics to scroll on. Let's show you what their starting lineup is and get straight into the action. 4-1-2-1-2 narrow for them. Pinios at left back, Diaby, Solbauer and Sibic. Shaheen Radlinger in goal. Cam McGeehan at CDM, who's a centre mid that used to play for Cambridge on loan from Norwich. Then he went to Luton. Now he's at Barnsley. Alex Mowat used to be at Leeds, now at Barnsley. Corley Woodrow is a player that's got Premier League experience, but he's now here at Barnsley. They've got Kuipers up top as well. Lopez and Barra, who I think scored against me last time we played Barnsley. I can't remember. What a surprise. Right, Barnsley at home then. I'd like, considering we have Derby and Blackburn today as well, two sides that are below us in the table, I would love 7 points today. I would certainly accept 4 or 6, but I would like 4 points as a minimum from today's 3 games. But I think that might be our transfer business done now for this window, unless we get anything else spectacular happen between now and the end of the episode, which is a strong potential, considering how things have gone so far in this save. Aberdeen will look out wide here, but the pass for Kyle Noyle isn't quite good enough. Drop the shoulder, turn inside, rolls. And Goy has gotten away well. He got many options. Rolls is there again. Appiah down the line now. Is your cross going to be better than it was last time? Yeah, it is. Oh! Headphone users beware! Aberdeen! Whoa! Scorpion kick from Aberdeen. Well, I never. Olivier Giroud, eat your heart out. Did that hit the keeper in the top of the head? It might well have done. Let's have a look at the second replay. It wasn't the most accurate of scorpion kicks. Not that really you could be too accurate. Yep. Scorpion kick off the keeper's face. 1-0 Cambridge. Woohoo! Noyle. Inside to Ngoy. Done well. Rolls. Appiah went for the run, but didn't feel like I could find him properly. Aberdeen. Oh, skips past the challenge. Surely now. Might not have the highest of finishing, Aberdeen, but I did fancy him there once he got past the challenge to bury that one-on-one. It was a good angle for the goal. What was it I was saying in the intro? Oh, maybe Aberdeen has had some flack in the comment section recently, so maybe we'll take Aberdeen out and we'll give Harvey Nibbs a chance. There is your response from the man himself, silencing the YouTube comment critics. Augustine Aberdeen. Barra looks for Kuipers. Da Silva. Sibic. Oh, he's nutmegged me. He's absolutely sent me. And away by Wilson, who makes up for it. Ha! That was really good from Da Silva Lopez there. Really, really good. He's been impressive in this game so far, but hasn't been able to help Barnsley find a goal back. Good block. Is it a corner? It's not. It's half-time. Well, a hell of a 45 from Aberdeen. A scorpion kick and then adding an accomplished second. I mean, I said I'd love 7 points. If we can beat Barnsley, then we have a real chance of taking 9 today. Down the line, well, into Corley Woodrow. Nice tackle by Collins. Really good stand tackle. Rolls across. He's on the run. And he's on a hat-trick, Aberdeen. And he is onside. Has his finishing taken a massive spike or something? Because he is deadly in this game. 55. No, his finishing hasn't taken a massive spike. Aberdeen is just on fire right now. Oh, nicely around the corner by Panios. Oh, this is well worked. Goal. No clean sheet for Schofield. Barnsley work a nice goal and they have themselves an equaliser. Out wide. Beautiful little flick. Then a back heel. Can't deny them that, can you? That's a very good goal. Thankfully, Aberdeen had already set the result up to be a Cambridge United win. Otherwise, that would have been infuriating if we would have lost to that goal. Not that we could have really complained about it too much. Or if that goal had cost us a victory if we'd only gotten the one from Aberdeen. And we'd gotten a point. But as things stand, and as things will continue to stand, Cambridge United getting all 3 points here. Can we add a fourth, maybe? Oh, what a turn from Aberdeen. Oh, he's missed on his left foot. There's the 55 finishing. Da Silva swept out wide to Kuipers, but I think it's too little too late for Barnsley now. Been too little too late for a little while. They might get a second, though. No, they've headed that the wrong way. Away! Thank you very much, ref. You don't have to wait for someone else to touch the ball before you blow the whistle, you know. Can just blow the whistle. 3-1 win and a match ball for Augustine Aberdeen. Easily his best game in a Cambridge United shirt. And it comes on the back of criticism from his fans. It comes on the back of us committing to sign another striker. A statement of intent there from our young regen. A hat-trick, a breathtaking performance, including a scorpion kick off the keeper's face. We were more prepared than Barnsley for that one. Coming into this one, there wasn't much. We were far from perfect. We were prepared for the worst, especially in a new season, in a new division, a higher division. Now that you've changed your mind about selling... No, I took you off. I took you off the bench. Sorry, I took him off the list to put him back onto the list because I hadn't gotten any bids for him. It obviously hasn't registered for him that I put him back onto the transfer list. Well done, game. Well then, Aberdeen is going to get another train here. Oh, his finishing could go up to 56. It's not going to go up to 56 though. Next up for us, Adebayo's finishing went up though. Next up for us, midweek, is Derby. And then, I'm sure it was another week, wasn't it? It was another week till Blackburn. So, I was contemplating giving Nibs a start alongside Ngoy. Maybe I should give Nibs a start alongside Aberdeen. We're going to be rotating and playing with this 11. Nibs and Adebayo in the starting lineup here. Norris in between the sticks rather than Mitov. Derby County away for the chance to continue what has been a great start to the episode. Derby's 11. Morgan Whittaker up top for them. Jaden Bogle at right back will be difficult to get past, but doesn't look like that strong a team, to be honest. Really doesn't look like that strong a team. You can see why they are where they are in the league. Very much a winnable game for us, this one. Bird. Nice interception by Maris, but not able to keep possession. Bird again. Nice tackle by Wright. Clark to Maris. Nice touch to get that away from the defender there. And Conceição work it out wide to Shea Ojo. Actually had the better of the defender there. Should have kept running. Early doors here still in this one, but plenty of opportunity. I'd like to think for chances on goal, with this lineup being as weak as it is. Our second string team that we have now is probably good enough to stay up in this division, which is a good step forward for the club as a whole to be of the position where we have a squad that's capable of staying in the division we're in and competing, rather than just, you spawn bags. Yes, Will Norris. Rather than just the starting 11 are good enough and the rest of the team or rest of the squad aren't. We're in a great position where we can call ourselves, even at this early stage of our life at this level, probably an established, or we could consider ourselves, if we had been at this level for longer, with the squad that we have, that we'd be classed as an established Championship team. We just so happen to have only just arrived in the league. But certainly, this side is more than good enough to stay in the league. And hopefully, by the end of next season, we can get ourselves out of the league. A yellow card for George Maris here. He'll probably be leaving us next season, unfortunately for him. He's one of the few that are on the lower end of the scale now. Christ knows what that free kick was. A little bit fancy from Will Norris. Maybe this game's televised and he wanted to make a fancy camera save. Regardless, we shall try and push forward and continue. Clark inside there to Nibs. Oh, lovely touch. Lovely take. And the defender squared up. And that's allowed Adebayo in behind. You can't do that. Oh, devastating from Victor Adebayo. Brilliant finish. Off the underside of the bar. Harvey Nibs had a similar finish off the underside of the bar in either the last episode or the one before. Brilliant tuck away there from Victor Adebayo. All of the strikers trying to prove that they deserve a place in the starting lineup. Everyone but Julien and Goy of late, actually. Maybe Adebayo is looking to get himself back into the starting lineup. With Okereke on the way, someone has to make way. Who will that someone be? Whittaker. Driven out wide. Lovely touch by Curries. On a little back heel. This is good from Derby. It's outrageous from Derby. As is the level of their misfortune. A superb move. A wonderful hit. And they might end up conceding in the same highlight. You can see George Maris in the middle trying to get back. Ethan Clark, though, in a great position and buries it beautifully. Cambridge 2, Derby 0. That is how cruel football can be.
Apologies for having to interrupt you there, Alan McAnally. To confirm, Hull City did score in that match.
Muscled well by Shea Ojo. Oh, can't quite get there. His Knight around the corner. Manning in behind. All finds Whittaker. What a block by Wright. Oh, no. Jesus Christ. What a block by Wright that was. That was so good. Brilliant defending. Can Maris find the pass? Yes, he can. Shea Ojo. We're going to do it again to Derby County. In there to Adebayo and Clark. Did it last time. Does it again. 3 for Cambridge in back-to-back games. This is the best form we've had all season. And Derby are getting the brunt of it here after Barnsley had the same. Leon Davis can come on in midfield. Evans is, now that I've changed him to a right mid, a 71 rated right mid. Obviously, players' overalls are dictated by the position that is their number one. He was a 66 rated right back, but he's a 71 rated with the stats. I haven't changed any of his stats. With his stats, he's a 71 rated winger. So that's been a boost. Really pleased with that. Any other changes? I might bring Griffiths on in a minute, but I don't feel like his time at the club is going to last much longer either. We might be looking for multiple central midfielders in the summer. We're certainly going to be looking for at least one and potentially multiple wingers too. We'll have to wait and see how things progress. But for now, very happy with how today's episode is going. It just seems to get better and better and better. Hector Ingram back to Bird, looking for the ball over the top. It might fall for them. It hasn't. I tried to clear it with Fitzwater. Nothing really happened. Thankfully for us, nothing really happened for Derby in this game, other than that post hit. Weren't really too worried. There was a slight issue in the first half, but Norris made a couple of good saves. But Derby pressed in spells and failed in spells, whereas we succeeded throughout. Cambridge 3, Derby 0, although to be fair, 2 of my 3 goals did come on the counter-attack. The scoreline's quite harsh on Derby, but the overall result, I feel, is... What are you talking about? He literally played the last game for me. Clark was great. And as I was saying, the scoreline flattered me slightly, but the overall result was the right one, I feel. I think that we deserved victory, but not necessarily by a margin of 3 goals. We have somehow, now with this run of 4, managed to shoot ourselves up into 10th place. As we train Clark, Robinson and Clark again. So we actually find ourselves now significantly higher than the relegation zone. Luton on 22 points. We are on 42. 20 points clear. And somehow now 3 points outside the playoffs. There's a slight jump, though, to those that are in the top half of the playoffs. There's a definite top 3, and then there's a definite 4th, and then there's everybody else. Well, I don't want to jinx myself by saying... Well, I don't want to jinx it either way by saying it looks like we will or won't find our way into the playoffs again this year. But it would be pretty remarkable if we do. Again, after a not as poor a start as last season, to be fair, but a relatively indifferent start to the season. Some good late season form is picking us up. I think Adebiejo has earned that start after that last game, even though it was Nibs that you guys were calling for. Adebiejo and Abadia will start this next game up top for us after some good performances today. Deserved. And Blackburn at home, we could end with 9 points when I would have been thrilled with just the 7. Oh, I like that kit. Not too sure about the green, but I like the actual design on the home kit. That's really nice. Right, Cambridge versus Blackburn then. Blackburn then. Ricardo Marquez leading the way up top. Corey Evans in the midfield will be a good, solid player for them in the centre of midfield. Wharton was the one that gave away the penalty against Blackburn for us last time. So I hope to try and terrorise him again. I think actually we subsequently missed that penalty, didn't we? Can't remember. I just remember Wharton giving it away. I probably missed that penalty. Regardless, Blackburn finding themselves down, threatened at the bottom of the table. We've been able to dig deep and pull ourselves away from that battle. Not going to say we're going to be involved higher up the table than we are right now by the end of it, because I genuinely don't think we will be. But another 3 points here would be great for the continued growth of this team. Brown looking for Campos. Good football. Abadia has runners. Oh, but can't find them. Jack was in there. That's a terrible pass. Jack Rolls was absolutely through. If we could have just found that pass. That'd be Ajo. Abadir again. Jack arriving again. He's so willing to get forward now. Jack Rolls. Do still need to add him into the training regimes. I've just remembered that I've forgotten to do that. Abadir looking for Brown. Don Brown! Oh dear, Don Brown. Oh, lovely tackle by Appiah. Lovely fight back by Niam. Rothwell. Ball through. Marquez. Oh! A real let-off. A swing and a miss at thin air from Marquez there when he was through. Yet to have the advantage go in our favour in this game. That could have decided how this first half was to be played out if Blackburn had taken a 1-0 lead there. Still 0-0 as we push forward towards the half-hour mark. Rothwell, that was good footwork. I think he's just offside there, Gerhofer, and he is. Blackburn, who were the lowest ranked side of the three that we played today at the beginning of the episode, are actually the side that are playing the best. Evans, Rothwell, Evans. Always seemingly got a man in space to play the ball to at the minute, Blackburn. So I like this. Bell, Cano steps in, but still Bell comes away with it. Noyle will try and step in. He can't get there either. That's a sharp turn. Back to Travis. He's set himself up. Oh no. How's he gotten away from Brown there? Gerhofer. What a block. Cano. Superb defending. Blackburn really putting the pressure on here. We're having to fight really hard just to stay in the game at the minute. Travis to Gerhofer again as Blackburn continue to push for this first goal before half-time. And they might get it. Collins heads away. Still only as far as Travis. Gerhofer, Evans, Rothwell. It falls free. At the minute, I am desperate for this half-time whistle to go. Abadir can't get that over to Adebayo the first time. Handball is the decision there as the defender blocked it with an arm. And finally, our defence has some respite. Leon Goretzka has gone to Real Madrid to Real Madrid from Bayern Munich. And actually, weirdly, Marco Verratti has gone back to PSG. I saw in a previous game as well. I don't think that was actually during a highlight that we were shown that. But Marco Verratti, earlier on in the save, left Paris Saint-Germain and is now returned. Around the corner to Noyle. He's pointing where he wants it there, Jack Rolls. And where he wants it is where he'll get it. Oh, it's a day for Abadir today. Cambridge 1, Blackburn 0. And the young Argentine might well have given us another victory with that single goal. On his own, did they not see what happened against Barnsley? You cannot leave a man in that sort of form, regardless of whether his stat says 55 finishing or not, that much space in the box. You just can't do it. Criminal defending from Blackburn Rovers. Abadir on the mark again. With 22 minutes to go, he might well have sealed all 3 points for Cambridge. Time for Nibs to have a crack, and we'll bring Conceição on for Rolls as well. Outside of that, quite happy to leave things as they are, as we now have our lead. There to Massimo. Tries to get the ball away and didn't do it legally. Evidently advantage played. Cano will head that clear. Brought down well by Jack. Campos to Abadir. Hold the defender off. He's looked for Adebayo, who's not long for the subs bench, but bumped off it there, unfortunately, as Blackburn looked to make their pressure pay again. They weren't able to find their way through in the first half, despite all of their continued possession and good passing play. Derby weren't able to find a way through either, and it took Barnsley till right at the end to get a goal in the first game. Unfortunately, unlike the first two games, we don't have a 3-0 advantage, so if the opposition are to score here, then it would get them a point. As things stand, we'll get that out to Appiah, looking to utilise that pace. Oh, he stayed on his feet. Could go solo, finds Abadir. It's well blocked. Go down, Arvin. Go down. That would have been at least a free kick on the edge of the box, if not a penalty. Oh, given away by Marquez. That could have sealed it. And when Abadir was in, again, so much space, I thought that was game over. Giving the ball away, but thankfully Noyle's won it back. Oh, but can't get his feet sorted there. And Massimo's past me. And again, waiting for the cutback. Oh, tame shot in the end, thankfully. Schofield just a minute and a half away from his first clean sheet as Cambridge United manager. Player. I'm the manager. And we are 60 seconds away from our third win of the day. 3 victories and 2 new signings. That is one of the best episodes we've had all save, let alone all year. That was brilliant. A very hard-fought game against Blackburn on this occasion, though, that was much tighter than the previous. To be fair, the game against Derby was that tight. I just managed to get a couple of goals on the counter-attack, which we weren't able to do against Blackburn there. Disappointed. He kept a clean... Why do they hate Schofield? Why are the media shitting on my new signing? Time to focus on our next match. Thank you. Go away. Leave him alone. I'm proud of the lads. 3 straight victories, and all they do is say that my new signing had a bad game when he kept a clean sheet. A loan offer for Charlie Robinson, which we will reject from Accrington Stanley. So let's go and end the transfer window then. We are 3 points off the playoffs with 15 games to go. The season has turned after Christmas for the 2nd year in a row. It's only going to take another run of defeats to see us plummet back down the table, I would imagine. I don't suppose we're too far away from 15th and 16th where we were. We're only 4 points. Yeah, 4 points. 4 points above 15th. It's just this one run of form has seen us in 8th. We could do the opposite in the next episode tomorrow and be back down in 15th or 16th. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, shall we? So then, the biggest deals in this window so far. Federico Valverde to Bayern for £116 million. With Leon Goretzka going the other way. I don't know who's got the better deal there. Leon Goretzka for 51.5 mil. It seems like a bargain. Valverde probably not worth 116 million, but he's still a very good player. I don't know who's won that of the 2 deals. Real have also sold Eder Militao to Manchester United. So there have been some massive deals go through in January. We've made one of our own. Not necessarily a massive one at £7.8 million, but Schofield has come in and looked good. And maybe we should use... Maybe I should do it the other way around. Because Norris is only probably going to be in our starting lineup for the next few months rather than years. Maybe we should use... Because Norris ahead of Mitov isn't going to make any difference in simulated games. He says as he accidentally puts Mitov back in. Maybe we should put Schofield in there and use him for simulated games for the remainder of the year and let Will Norris play out this season. Potentially. Let me know in the comment section what you think of that. Offers here maybe. Interest shown in Andre Dazelle on a pre-contract. I've already used my one pre-contract that we allow ourselves in this save. I don't want to abuse that system. I won't go for Andre Dazelle. We shall just divert our attention away from Andre Dazelle to someone else if he doesn't, or if he agrees to go. He might turn that down. I don't imagine he will. A lot of the time, if a deal starts to go through in career mode and you get that email, it does actually come to be. But we shall wait and see. 2 hours left. Another email. A transfer offer for Leon Davis from Başakşehir. No. I had to sit and think about that. Not yet. Maybe in the summer, but not yet. Loan offer for Julian Ngoy from Birmingham. Good luck. Not a chance. Though he has lost his first team spot, Julian Ngoy. Right, so the end of the transfer window as Anderson Talisca, as you can see there, moves to Arsenal. Manager role at Bruges. Not Club Bruges, but the other Bruges. Bradley Murphy's still there in the youth setup with his potential of like 72 or something, or 79, but he's 56 rated still. I've got too many players. I'm just going to release the kid. I'm sorry, pal. It's just, it's not meant to be. Bye-bye. So, with £6 million left, we end the transfer window and we'll take that into the next season. Right. Neymar and Hazard were in the summer. Saul was transferred deadline day. Milik to Juventus happened in between windows. Talisca has gone through on deadline day for £62.4 million. Verratti has gone back to pay PSG, as we mentioned earlier, for 58.1 from Liverpool. Donny van de Beek has gone to Manchester City on deadline day as well for £56.1 million. Leon Goretzka we saw. Militao we saw. Maxi Gomez has gone to Juventus. Palacios has gone to Paris Saint-Germain. Anything else? Lodi to Arsenal. Arsenal signing loads of players this season. Loads of good players too, although why they need both left backs there, I'm not entirely too sure. Upamecano to Real Madrid. Christian Eriksen to Man United. That happened in the summer. Theo Hernandez. They've signed... Oh no, it was Real Madrid. Yeah, Arsenal signed Lodi, Reguilon and Theo Hernandez. What is happening at Arsenal Football Club? Dear me. They don't sign a goalkeeper for the entirety of the Leeds series, but they will sign 3 left backs in one window. Okay. Anything else from this window? Ike Muniin to PSG. Velasco to Bayern. I don't know anything about him. Pablo Sarabia has gone to Leipzig. Oscar has gone to Leipzig as well. Alphonso Davies to Manchester City. All of the left backs moving to the Premier League apparently. Anything else? Gabriel to Napoli. Lucas Moura to Manchester United. Ava Banega to Everton from Juventus. Weghorst has gone to Schalke. Anything else we really not bothered about? Milinkovic has gone to Bayern, a regen. I'll scout him just out of curiosity. Ozil has gone to Schalke now, although that happened in the summer. And that's it. Well, that's the window then. That's where we end it for today, with Loni Appiah, having grown to 73. New signing Schofield in and having grown to 71 already. The striker situation still as big a conundrum as ever, although we will have a new player joining us in that role next season. And Christ knows what's going to happen in the remainder of this year. We have Forest, Swansea, Cardiff and Luton tomorrow. So not that busy a month, but plenty of points to be won. Thank you very much for watching today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. I've certainly enjoyed recording it. A scorpion kick from Aberdeen, 2 new signings and 3 straight wins. Buzzing. I'll see you tomorrow.